What's up, guys? Chu here, bringing you another haul video. It's been a minute since I have done one of these. Honestly, I really am overdue. I know I did one for Fayetteville, but it just feels like I'm overdue, But, and excuse the hair, I was like, man, it's kind of hot. But whatever. Um, we went to Charlotte Comic Con. It's been a little bit now since we went. We were only able to go one day. And if you're hearing footsteps, it's my dog. She's the one that's quieter. So, and I wanted to do with the kitchen, honestly. I wanted to look like this. So if you guys are wondering, why is he looking like this? It's the natural lighting. I wanted it on my back. And you guys can see my backyard. But anyway, I was like, man, I really wish we could have been both days. As far as the convention goes, because I'm going to go and talk about everything else. I would have loved my wife to be in here, but she's been busy with work, and, I just figured I'll do it, all right? But I really, really enjoyed, the convention when it came to it being, the way it was, in the sense that there wasn't a lot of, traffic in that sense. It wasn't, bad getting there, because for us it was like an hour and a half. And I do apologize, the vlog was very short. It's just that that's one of my little pet peeves, and I'll get that in a second, as to why it was short. And I really debated even putting it up, but I figured might as well. I recorded something just to show you around. I'll try to do better about that next time. But I definitely really, really liked going there. It was a great location. I had never been there before. I've been to Charlotte for a convention before. It was a Walking Dead kind of style convention. So it was different. Obviously, that was one of my very first conventions I ever attended to. I just met some people. Actually, it was before I was doing YouTube, actually. And it was cool. It's really cool meeting some people. But anyway, it was nice. It was a great location, a very good lineup of people. And like I said, it's been a little while now, so it's just setting in. And now I have other stuff coming up. Like I said, guys, I'm looking forward to this summer. The summer for me and my wife is going to be great. I think that we're going to have so much fun. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with us, man. If you even like us, if you don't, that's cool. But definitely having some good stuff coming on, and I want you guys to be part of this. So guests. So as far as the lineup goes for that day, or for that weekend, there was Vanilla Ice, Jason Page, the singer of the original OG theme. We had Austin St. John, who is going to also be in GalaxyCon here in North Carolina, which is cool. You had Walter Jones. You had the secondary voice of Ash Ketchum. Sorry. A content creator, I think Unlimited Leaf or something like that. You had Jeremy Lee, who I want to talk about her already, but she hasn't been in North Carolina in 10 years. Those are her words. She had not been here in 10 years. Now, here's where my pet peeves are starting to come in, when it comes to these type of conventions. But we had her, we had Leah Clark, we had Laura Londa, we had David Lodge, we had Eric Stewart, just a good lineup in general, and I really enjoyed that. Of all those people that I mentioned, we met 3 people. I wanted it to be 4, but we did not. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with my pet peeve, because you're probably wondering what is he on about. My pet peeves with these kind of conventions is that they are from 10 to 6, or 9 to 5, or something like that. Just kind of like a work schedule. Let's put it that way. And nothing wrong with that. But my problem is, unlike it was for Fayetteville, I didn't attend those panels, but I would have wanted to for these people, because they are people that I have not met. There are people that I had wanted to ask questions, wanted to like know more about them. It's something that Wikipedia or an interview is not going to get. I'm not going to get that kind of scoop. I want to know more about people from their own words and their own stories. And that's something I believe COVID, has kind of limited. I'm hoping that for GalaxyCon it's different, but I missed having panels. Uh, on Sunday there were, but I'm not a fan of them being on the stage, and it's just not right. They had that in Big Lick, and that's okay. It kind of works, but it would be better if you would have the panels, in my opinion, in a separate area. Because panels, in my opinion, are dedicated to that person and that person being able to be with their fans. And that to me is important. If I were in that situation, I would request it. Now, I'm not sure how the people think about it, but or even what you guys think. Am I overthinking this? But personally, I like there to be some peace and quiet. Obviously, let the person that's having that panel, rile up their own crowd, their fans, get their stories out, get the questions out, and just kind of get to know. I kind of miss that, and I understand why they don't do it sometimes, but that's what, like in the case of like Jeremy Lee, I would have loved to have been able to hear her story, like how she got into it, and that's not something I'm gonna do it during a meet and greet. And I'm definitely not going to try to hog the time. Everyone wants their portion of time, and therefore, I would have wanted to be able to, get to talk to her, or just know more information. That's one of the things that I like. It's just one of my biggest pet peeves about like certain conventions. But other than that, I want to say I wish that I had gotten to meet one person that I'm going to mention in a second that I have not been able to meet. I'm hoping that I'm getting to meet this person next year because I think that they're a recurring member when it comes to this specific convention, and I'm hoping that be the case. But without further ado, and it's been about 7 minutes of me just kind of babbling at this point, and you guys are probably thinking, okay, well, this dude's being ridiculous about what he's talking about. But let's go ahead and talk about the guests that I went and met with my wife. I'm going to save the best for last. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the first one. The voice actress for Sailor Neptune, Laura Landa. She is also the voice of Annie from Attack on Titan. Now, my wife is a huge Sailor Moon fan. I have watched some Sailor Moon. I enjoy it. It's not a bad series. I think everyone can enjoy it. It's really cool, in my opinion. It's got some good moments. It definitely, in my opinion, very empowering for women. It gives them that boost, and even other men. Like they're giving them the confidence to cosplay and believe that there can be more than what people tell them to be, and that's something that I greatly take away when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to Laura Londa, she was nice. I want to say there was nothing wrong. One of the things that I noticed too, and it's respectable, is that a lot of people, a lot of these guests were wearing masks. Now, I respect that. I have nothing against that. But when it comes time to selfies, I would have wanted maybe just pull it down a little bit, see your smile. And that goes for either male or woman. I don't think that masks are always necessary in that situation, but I respect their decision. I'm not going to be like, I'm fully vaccinated. My wife's a nurse, so I have no reason to, oppose these kind of things. Now, like I said, Laura Londa for me was very sweet, but she wasn't the most personable, in my opinion. Now, she talked to other people, maybe just depending on the conversation, but she was very nice. I'll give her that. The second person we met, to me, was one of the most special guys ever, and one of the people that hardly ever go to conventions. And that is David Lodge, the voice of Jiraiya. The boy is awesome. I mean, well, man, this dude hardly ever goes to conventions. He even said it's like I hardly ever go out. And having him come all the way out here to from California to North Carolina for 2 days, props to him and all of the ones that are LA based. I've went to LA a month ago, and it's exhausting. You know, it's a time difference. You know, for me who works a night shift, it doesn't really bother me that much. But for someone that is older, it's a lot more difficult. So for him to come out here, props. If you ever watch this, David, man, I just want to say thank you truly for coming out there, and all of them, all the guests, truly, that come out every time. You know, but he was cool. He kept his guests just kind of motivated and like animated. Dude was really nice. Um, I will say they have gotten a little pricey. He did sign our phone code. We just wanted his signature. But the man's like, y'all wanted a quote? And I was like, we didn't pay for one. Well, you're getting a quote. And his agent was right there. And he was just kind of like, dude, that was like $30 extra. And I'm like, let him do his thing. And he was like, meet me in the hot tub. And he actually explained that, yes, it's something Jiraiya would say, but it was actually funny because he's like, I have a hot tub, and most of the time I'm in there. I'm with my wife, and it was just nice, for him to do that. He was actually giving out stickers, and I felt bad for not asking for one. He had a one where it's like you could put on your car, and I would have actually put it on my car. I don't have any stickers on my car, but I would have put a sticker where it's like I love Jiraiya. I would have definitely rocked that sticker. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But I was able to get my Jiraiya signed. I also told him, I was like, man, I was a fan of you like back when I was a kid when I was watching Digimon. You were the voice of Puppetmon. And he actually did the voice of Puppetmon. So that was great. My One of my favorite things that someone was able to do. We got a selfie with him and everything. So it was cool. Final guest that we met was one of the ones that escaped us the most. And I had been wanting to meet her as well as my wife for the longest time. We met one of the most important anime romantic duos. Uh, we met Jeremy Lee. We met Asuna. And she's also the voice of Sailor Venus. But I'm going to go ahead and get over with Sailor Venus. She was also, again, they're starting to charge for signatures with, well, obviously they do, but they're charging extra for a phrase. And so we didn't. We just got her signature. Uh, and on the side, we had Artemis, aka Johnny Young Bosch. She was the voice. And so my wife, big fan of Sailor Moon and having her. But the Asuna figure is most special to us. We not only got a quote from her, which is the one, I'm not going to die because I'm the one who's going to protect you. One of my wife's favorite quotes. This is more for her than it is for me. But when it became ours is when we were able to talk to her. And because we're big SAO fans. Fun fact here, guys. We got married in 2018. For those that may or may not remember, in September, the whole Underworld series started. So we got married September 28th, 2018. Or 29th, sorry. And that was a Saturday, or yes, that was a Saturday that SAO actually started. And so that actually kept on going for nearly 2 years. It was very special to us because like we felt like there was a connection. And like when it ended, we looked at each other like, wow, like we've been married as long as SAO has been, like the newest season has come out, and we felt that connection. We went and watched the movie that came out as well, and we're gonna watch the one that comes out in fall. But when we told her the story of like, we during our wedding, we actually had like a cutout of Asuna because that is one of her favorite characters of all time. She actually decided to write "True love conquers all. May you live happily ever after." And that's what she put on there as extra. Very sweet. I was very touched by that gesture, and it just kind of, for me, it kind of makes it like the money's not worth it. Obviously it didn't matter. It was a bit pricey for her, but it felt like it was worth doing, and for us especially, we identify with that. We have Sword Art Online swords, and we did our, I guess, our wedding pictures with those swords. And that was something that is special to us. I'm not going to share those with y'all because to me, that's just kind of another level of of privacy, and y'all probably don't even care. But anyway, it was something that we definitely, for us, it was very special. So being able to meet Jeremy Lee, who, by the way, is very hard to have at conventions. I look at her lineup, and it's just, I always keep an eye out because you just never know. And by chance, the reason why we went to this convention is because while we were in California, I kept an eye on this. I saw this convention, but I did not know that they had announced Jeremy Lee. Weirdly enough, imagine that. So I decided, I was like, let me tell my wife. She got super excited. She definitely was not expecting to meet her, and I wasn't either, because we actually had planned for that weekend of June. We actually planned on going to DC to another convention, and I wanted to meet Anthony Daniels, the actor of C-3PO. So it would have been awesome, and Shang-Chi was there too, but that would have been way more expensive. It would have been much further. It would have been a weekend event, and quite honestly, I can wait. I know Anthony Daniels isn't forever, but I'm hoping that I can meet him at some point soon. He would be super special, especially with the way Star Wars, is right now. We're almost to the end of Kenobi. You know, Kenobi ended. I'm sorry, and like it's just so much. It's been really, really, really just a great time for Star Wars fans. And so much more coming. But like Jeremy Lee, I'll be honest, was the determining factor for us to go to that convention because it was the closer, and we wanted to meet her because she doesn't go very often. So, and she, like I said, she hadn't been there in North Carolina for 10 years, and it's meaningful. It felt like it was worth it, and not to mention that her mother was her, like I guess you could say, her agent, her helper, or whatever. She was at the table, and she mentioned something to us that, see, and this is why I say that for me, having panels is important. But we got this good little story that she told us in like under 3 minutes while we were paying and everything. She's like, because my wife has like this Loungefly anime villain, not anime, Disney villains, and she told us, because I was her mother, that while she was signing someone else's, like, it's like, growing up, Jeremy actually went and watched The Little Mermaid in theaters. But when she got home, she was absolutely terrified of Ursula. And she had like all these other toys, including Ursula. And she did not get in the tub until that toy was out of it. And then she felt safe because she knew that Ursula, well, can function in the water. So I guess you could say she had this Toy Story kind of perspective of things. But it was fun for her to tell us this story. And she even said that she took inspiration, like nowadays, she took inspiration from Ursula, the person that did the voice of Ursula, to do some of the voices that she does now. So a great story. Obviously, I don't think she would have, Jeremy herself would have revealed that to us, but her being her mother, and because she observed my wife's wallet, she gave this story. So you just never know who is there with that person, and you might get an extra little scoop, a nice little story that no one would ever know. And I truly love that. And so, like I said, panels are a must for me. I'm hoping that now the GalaxyCon is approaching, that we're going to be having panels. I think that we are, considering that it's going to be a huge building, and I'm excited to see a lot of panels there. So, guys, I will be doing a lot better when it comes to vlogging, hopefully. When it comes to that, I'll be vlogging some of the panels there. But I'm excited. I'm truly excited. And even in August, we're gonna have we're gonna be going to another convention in another state, and it's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be fun. I'm so excited. I'm so really excited for this summer to truly just kick off. Or I mean, we're almost ending June now, and this is just great. But thank you guys so much, truly so much for watching. Um, like I said, I guess I'm almost forgetting all the positivity. And like I said before in the very beginning, I didn't get to go Sunday. I work Sundays. My wife works Sundays, and we actually we were so hopeful, I was especially, to meet Jason Page, the original, Pokemon uh, singer, for the theme song. His flight had not arrived on Saturday, and I was very upset. Honestly, I didn't realize how upset I really was until afterwards, and so I realized there I was like, man, but because I was actually gonna get a specific Funko that I have here. I'm looking at it right now. I don't want to show it because I'll show that to you guys later, uh, next year, hopefully, with it being signed. And the Funkos that we have here that I showed you guys, we get these before. And a lot of times we try to get some stuff at other conventions. And like you guys saw, the Fayetteville one, we got some stuff. But in this one, we actually got nothing. Truly and honestly. Not because we didn't want to. It's just that convention had some Funkos, some anime collectibles, but it had a lot of trading cards. And that's why the name is Collecticon, not AnimeCon. So that's okay. I was fine with that. Definitely want to go back to that convention. I definitely, if his name is announced as Jason Page and other people's names, I'm gonna be very much excited for him to sign it. Hopefully, be there on time and enjoy it. But overall, I think this was a great convention. I really, like I said, really really enjoyed it. And like my favorite, and I haven't even given you guys like my thumbnail. I'm just messing, but yes, this was probably one of my favorite things in conventions in general. So being able to share that little story with you guys, it's been fun. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. Make sure you guys are, whatever you guys think, let me know in the comment section below. What did you guys think about the story of Shermie Lee that we were able to get? And just in general, if you guys haven't gone to a convention, do so. It's fun. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Just try to enjoy it. Get that experience in. It's definitely something. One of the things too is we met someone, a friend actually. My wife befriended someone in line, and sometimes that happens. But she befriended someone, and you just never know. They're just might be closer than you think. And having people to connect with is always phenomenal. It's always great. It's how I've connected with some people at other conventions. Some of them are my friends, and truly, it's fun. It's been very fun. But thank you guys. As always, though, stay safe, take care of yourselves and others, and I will catch you later.